About a year and a half ago, I had severe anxiety, which was causing me depression. I had only bad habits. I did go to the gym sometimes, but I was really a Jeffrey, as Hamza would say it. This all changed. I don't know why, but at some point, about 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago, I bought this journal. And I started writing some goals down. And I didn't really research anything. I wasn't in the self-improvement community. I didn't really know much about goal setting, but I set these goals. And I think the method I used for setting these goals is actually really good, and it's improved and changed over time. But ever since I've started with setting goals, my life has been on an upward trajectory. Trajectory. And I think, of course, there have been ups and downs and stuff, but I think it all comes down to setting goals and knowing how to. And of course, you have to have the motivation and the discipline to follow through, but it all starts with goals. So, this method really helped me, and I hope it can help you as well. So, I'm gonna go in depth on it. So, the first thing I do when I set my goals is I set a period in which I want to reach these goals. And these goals don't even have to be like something you fulfilled. It can also be rules, like no fap. That's kind of a rule. For this period, I do no fap. And for this period, I want to reach all these goals. So what I did in the beginning, I took my birthday, which is like the normal time for reflection, kind of, and like a start of a new life year. And I took New Year's, which is of course like a time for reflection as well. You start a new year. And I took these both as like beginning points. So at my birthday, I would start a new period, and at New Year's, and then I would also end both of my periods at those days. My birthday is at June 6th, which is really nice because it's at the half of the year, so it really makes sense for the periods. So think of some period length that makes sense to you. For now, I'm going to study in Italy in like September. So this next period is from my birthday, June 6th, until September, when I go to Italy, and then I'll set new goals because when I'm studying abroad in Italy, there's other things I want to be focusing on than I want to be focusing on right now. So it's really important that you have like a clear and definitive start and end point to when you want to reach your goals, so that you have like a deadline. Next up, you want goals that are like really precise and quantifiable. You don't want to just say, I want to go to the gym more, or I want to go to the gym, or I want to meditate, I want to do this. No, go for like something that's like you can take off in the end, that you know how much you did. Like, let's say you want to go to the gym more. Say I want to go to the gym 6 times a week for 4 months. Then you calculate, if you go to the gym 6 times a week for 4 months, that's like 104 gym sessions. Maybe you know that you might be sick at some days, or there might be something in between. You say, all right, I'm gonna do 90 days of gym in this 4-month period. And then you go to the gym 90 times. It's really important that you find the right difficulty, because that's the hardest thing about setting goals, finding a good difficulty. If you set the difficulty too low, you just get demotivated, because it's boring. It doesn't really matter. You know it's easy. You're not gonna do it, or you might do it, but it's just, you don't care really. But if you set it too hard, you're gonna get discouraged and you're gonna just give up, because you're like, I cannot reach these goals. It's impossible for me. Really think about this long. And I would say, before you actually even write your goals down, stare at your wall for like a few hours. Like Hamza really likes to say as well, just stare at your wall for a few hours, because this is actually a really important decision. These are the rules, these are the goals that you're going to live and align your life to for the next period. How long you set it, I don't know, but it's really like, know how important this is. This is like your life's alignment, your life mission for the following period. And also, on the other hand, don't overthink it. You don't want to just be thinking about it for so long that you never set these goals or never do anything. I don't say that, but just know that it's important. It's also like a really good tip to just visualize what these goals would mean to you if you reach them. Like, how is your life going to be different after reaching these goals that you set? Really visualize, and while you're staring at your wall, think about this and think about what's really important to you. Okay, my next tip for setting goals is really don't let dopamine influence you in setting your goals. And with that, I'm trying to say, don't set too many goals just because you want to set goals. And it feels good because when you set a new goal, you feel like you're going to achieve it and you get this little dopamine hit. It's the same when you tell people about your goals. When you tell someone about the goals you want to achieve, you get a little dopamine rush. This is something Andrew Huberman talks about a lot. But this little dopamine rush is going to make it so that it's actually harder for you to reach your goals because you already got the dopamine and you're less motivated to get it. For a while, when my anxiety was a little worse, I was setting a lot of goals because every time I set a goal, I felt a little bit better about myself and I felt like I could control my anxiety a little bit more. But at some point, I had so many goals that it's impossible to focus on what you want to focus on. And that period, I'm not gonna lie to you, I failed most of my goals. It's really good to just stick to very few goals, not too many, and really focus in on them. Because the more you can focus on a few things, the better they will grow. And if you focus on too many things, it's just not gonna work out. In that, it's really smart to just don't include goals that you already do. Like, for example, I go to the gym 6 days a week, and in this period, I don't want to really focus on it, but I'm still going to go 6 times a week, so I don't need to set a goal for it. I just know I'm going to go. Same with meditation, same with like stretching, all these basic things. I'm not going to set a goal for it because I know I'm going to do it. It's not my focus right now. Let's just keep it on the back burner. Of course, I'm going to go 6 days a week. I don't need a goal to prove that I'm going to do it. Now it comes time, you set your goals, you have to follow through on them. This is actually probably the hardest step because you actually have to do something. First of all, it's really important that you're actually aligned with the goals you set. You think it's important. Well, this should be the case if you set good goals. But there's some ways to enforce your alignment and make sure that you have a bigger chance of achieving your goals. And that's by making sure that you reread your goals every single day. It's really like 10 seconds, maybe a minute of you reading your goals every morning, but they're going to be on top of your mind. And even if you know them from the top of your mind, just read them. It's gonna make all the difference. It's really good to just read all your goals once a day, maybe in the morning, and you just know what's important to you, and you just know these are the things I really care about for now. I also really like to keep track of my progress on my goals. I think this is a really good method also to be more aligned with your goals and just really like have them on the forefront of your mind. And this way, you also like, it's really easy to just know if you completed them in the end, which is of course very good. I like to do this. I journal like weekly in this journal, and then I write about how far I got with my goals, what I did for them, and also just how my week has been. But for this video, it's important that I keep track of my goals weekly in this journal, and I just write about what I still need to do, what I've succeeded. If I have like a goal of like going to the gym for a certain amount of times, I write every week how many times I went to the gym, and then in the end I can count it up and I know how many times I went and if I reached my goal. So I think I went over like the most important parts of setting goals and really setting good, nice goals. I can go over the goals I've set in like my previous periods in another video. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments down below. Be better than you were yesterday. I'll see you next time.